Kublai pi baro pi pe yagari khasi channel yuan rasha pi yaga thup khubor jaga ni gati omenta ki phangi ba kongsan lathong ka sarkar jilla ya ki dukhot ke expert committee halor ka reservation policy le junga ka menteri sarkar padeng ya ka nigrims ban knibnya ya ki lat ai jing sumar dawa ka HYC na DGP ban pentri kam ya ki hinyotli ki border outpost Mi Gulmar ha public hearing ka Meghalaya Cement Limited ha thang sky. Tong ka FKJGP ban tip la ka long ne em bandi. Ki BPO kim day ban long tang kum ki kam khayi hinray ban long paralog ban kit piyo ya ka jila. Bat kibe de ki khubor. In the parliamentash ki khubor banya. Kakan hun menteri jong ka sarkar jala kala menjuri ki laitli ki medical college hapok jala haba batai bat kren bat yathu halor ka ni ka menteri jong ka tanat ka kot ka khia ka jala ka kong amperin lingdo kala yathu ba ka sarkar kala rairu man pen klan chu ya ka jingtei kom yak civil hospital ba ka Ganesh Das hospital ba ban pen klan ru ya ki telong jing puli na ka banta ka Shillong medical college kan thup ru ya ka Tura medical college ka ba ka sarkar kala menjur lang ban ya trei bat ki company ri gi riu shimat kana ban pen klan chu ya ka jingtrei bat ka Hagabai day bat ka university ka balai ka badan ha Ribhoi district ka USTM kan sapet ya ki jingdan kambaro bat kan pen biang ru ya ki jing pulie na ka benta ki samla pulie ka jilla ki ba na ka benta jong ki kimran kam bansiu ya ka bai school ne ka bai pulie.
The finalization of placing a roadmap for the immediate procedure starting of 3 medical colleges in the state of Meghalaya. We will have one in Shillong, we will have one in Tura, and we will have one in Ribhoi district. I request the Principal Secretary, Mr. Sampath Kumar, to brief the media accordingly.
One has already in the pipeline, that is Tura Medical College, which the construction is going on, and where the proposal was today, the cabinet had discussed about how actually these colleges will be set up. So similarly, the Shillong Medical College, by leveraging the existing resources what we have, like a civil hospital Shillong, Ganesh Das hospital, using this entire infrastructure, and also by leveraging the existing the human resources, especially the specialist doctors and those who can actually be potentially become the faculty in the medical college. So taking all that, we have mapped, a committee has been constituted. Based on that, a proposal has been made how actually we can in the next 2 to 3 years a Shillong Medical College can be set up. By in fact the entire necessary action is going to be initiated from now. That is one, and which will start with a 50-bedded hospital in Shillong, and but over a period of time, in the, once we build our own faculty, local faculty, that will be upgraded to even 100 seat medical college. Tura Medical College, the challenge is that, like, we definitely the faculty. So there again, we are the cabinet has asked the department to explore how actually that can be run using a PPP mode, by identifying some reputed medical institutions to help in terms of operationalizing the medical college. And the third one is it's a private initiative from the USTM, which has come up with a very mutually beneficial proposal, where they have been offering the free and concessional medical seats to the state students, and also requesting for a financial assistance in the form of a repayable loan. So that also has been considered to go on a switch challenge mode. Switch challenge mode is that it's a unique proposal. So we will actually, once we examine the entire proposal, it will be put in the public domain, and asking everybody to challenge if there is any other better proposal is there. Then actually the government would accordingly take a decision. So for all these 3 colleges, the cabinet has given a nod to the department to take next steps.
Kasarkar Meghalaya Democratic Alliance 2 Kalathung ya u Judge Barim Jong ka Madhya Pradesh u Justice retired Mulchan Garg kum u chairman Jong ka expert committee Balathung da Kasarkar Jilla ban Bishar Thamai ya ka state reservation policy. Kakateng jong kisan ngut ki dukhat ke expert committee ru la de menjur da ka kunhun menteri ka basong jing yalang ha ka sing tho ding ka blapanya do menteri rang ba ka jila kon rit ke sangma ka sarkar kala thong ru ya judge barim ka Allahabad High Court Justice retired Dr. Satish Chandra kumu expert member ha ka constitutional law u Justice Chandra u President barim ka custom excise and service tax appellate tribunal Ki language ki expert members ki u Professor D.V. Kumar na ka Department of Sociology Nehu Shillong kum u expert member ha ka Sociology, Professor Chandra Shekhar na ka Department of Fertility and Social Demography Indian Institute of Population Sciences deemed to be university, Mumbai kum u expert member ha ka Population Studies, Badu Professor Shubhadeep Mukherjee Assistant Professor of Economics and Public Policy ka IIM Shillong kum u expert member ha ka Economics. Yaganie la yathu da kanong aiktin ka sarkar jila ka kong amprin lingdo habakren sha ki lat pathai khubor hadin ka jingalang ka kunhun menteri.
It has been decided in the cabinet that the chairperson of this committee shall be Justice retired Mool Chand Garg. Members will include Justice retired Dr. Satish Chandra as an expert member in constitutional law, Professor D.V. Kumar for expert member in sociology from NEHU, Professor Chandra Shekhar for expert member in population studies from the Department of Fertility and Social Demography, Indian Institute of Population Sciences, Mumbai. And the fifth member shall be Professor Shubhadeep Mukherjee, an expert from Economics, IIM Shillong. The terms of reference for the committee shall include to study the current reservation policy and recommend modifications if necessary. And number two, to undertake wide-ranging consultations with all stakeholders and visit various locations in the state to solicit the views of all stakeholders. The time frame to be given to this committee will be 12 months to complete its task. No, so now obviously once you've announced the constitution of this committee, then all political parties will obviously have to step up, and NGOs, civil society, everybody will be called by this by the news expert committee, and we've told you that their terms of references are very clear. They will look at the suggestions, views, opinions of stakeholders across the state, and accordingly submit these suggestions, views to the government of Meghalaya for further action.
It appears that indigenous experts were neglected by the government in constituting the committee. There are no indigenous experts here.
You see, now the problem here is that the moment you use the word indigenous, then there will be some amount of bias. So to avoid this bias concept, we feel that we should leave it to experts which will be in position to actually take views on board and solicit views from different groups. So it will be difficult for us if we have to keep expanding it. How many kinds of indigenous representations do you want in a committee like this? Because we are looking at a wide range of varieties of groups that will want to also suggest to the expert committee. Best thing is get experts in the line departments. What are the line departments? The legal, the constitutional, the demographic, the anthro, and the population count. So let us look at all of this. Let us see. Let's start the ball rolling. 12 months will be given to this committee. Hopefully, we will have some idea. Let it at least start.
Menteri Tanat PHE Sarkar Jilla Marcus and Mara Ulaya Thu Baga Jal Jivan Mission JM Ha Meghalaya Kala Ya Chakmat Kajing Trikam Jonka but Kumbakalong Hadu Menta Kanika scheme Hakajing Trikam Jonka Hakajilla Kala Poi but Ya Hadu Sanpohun 0.5%.
Ulai thuru bakajing deko akjing trekam kalong hikatu kat niki district naga daw jo kajing bam biang ke boarding ula penti kena batang shula biang kajing sam boarding kajing pentrekam kan sakiu ulong bakindan kumba prapu hajar teli kilong ying kiban yo ya ke JJM.
We have touch around 56.39% so far. So we are doing well, but there are some districts we are stuck up because of in need of power connections. So once the power connections are done, we will jump the numbers, because around 80,000 household will be connected once the power connection is completed. Otherwise, the work is already completed. Laying of pipes to every household has been completed. So this is the status.
Okay, actually this 80.
This is in East Khasi Hills also, and then East Jaintia Hills, West Jaintia Hills, and some part of Southwest Khasi Hills also, and some in Garo Hills districts also.
What is the targeted households to be covered?
Targeted households are 6,51,556.
So far, how much?
So far, we have been able to give connections to 3,67,447 households.
What's the targeted deadline to cover all?
Targeted deadline, the Government of India has given 26 January 2024. So we have to saturate all the connections by then.
How is the progress? Because
Yeah, there are good progress now. We are trying our level best to complete it. There were lots of issues in that, land issues, and then some road crossings were there. We were not getting permission from the departments, so and so forth. So we are trying all our level best to complete all this Greater Shillong Water Supply Scheme third phase.
because the deadline earlier 22 last year means. Now any tentative deadline has been set for this?
No, it is not brought to my knowledge that deadline. So far, we are doing our level best because because of the land issues, it's very difficult. There are stretches where we need to cross the private lanes, we need to cross the community lanes. So that issues were the main hurdles.
Manhaka arp sautari mentau nailar arhajar arpulai ka menteri jong katana ka kot khia ka sarkar pedeng ka Dr. Bharti Praveen Pawar ka lalit banjungo ya ka Jakasumar Nigrims na Northeast Indira Gandhi Regional Institute of Health and Medical Sciences ban khmi bnya ya ka rukom trikam kani ka Jakasumar hakini kisnam ki balalit no Hagani ka jingle jingo kalabatai halor ki jingo I jingai jo umentri rangba adu kari ban penklan ya kilar ai jing sumaling ba ki scheme ka sarkar pedeng ka mangtingka kabala Aisha ka Nigrims nadu kasnem arajar khatsan kalakot shaka Henrius Paklur ban kintiu ya kani ka Medical College ban kintiu ya ki jaka pule MBBS Nursing College ba ban ondang kintiu shushu sa kumba sanpodli ki seat ha Nigrims hakasnem ka banwan Kalai thu baka sarkar pedeng kala nang kintiu ya ka pisa cha ka Nigrims na kabanta ki la jingtei ban kintiu ya ka kot ka khia ha ka jala
visit to review to take the different activities done by the Nigrims. I would like to submit that since last 9 to 10 years, our government focusing to strengthen the tertiary care also, including primary and secondary. So Honorable PM vision is to strengthen all the healthcare system through the central government scheme. Since 2015, the budget provided by central government to Nigrims is around 600 crores till date to develop the medical college, to increase the MBBS seats, nursing college, and 50 seats we are going to increase since next year. So it will be then 100 seats in Nigrims, including the structure. Per year we are providing the different budgets to strengthen the Nigrims, and the last year the budget was 480 crores and this year the budget is 528 crores. So we are constantly increasing. So the great achievement, I will comment on this, to strengthen the radio unit, radiotherapy treatment with LINAC machine, CT simulation. So these are some great achievements from Nigrims, including all the research unit, including the treatment under different schemes, including RAN, HMDG, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. All we are conducting and providing the good treatment as well as the best lab test. So our focus is to strengthen this NIGRIMS and especially tertiary care. Again, I took the review here in with NHM, with our NHM MD and all office bearers. Through NHM, we got the budget for the 2 years last and this year. Approximately, we are central government is providing 600 crores approximately. So 90 as to 10, 90% from central, 10% from the state government. Apart from that, ECRP 1, ECRP 2, that is Emergency COVID Relief Package 1, budget provided for to control the COVID-19 pandemic. The budget was 25 crores for Meghalaya, and ECRP 2, Emergency COVID Relief, that budget is 117 crores, 117 crores. Again, to strengthen some sub-centers and health and wellness centers, 15 finance budget central government is allocating for Meghalaya, that is 150 crores. So that is also the good budget. Again, to we must prepare for our next pandemic as envisioned by Honorable PM. We must focus on the preparedness, prevention, and be ready for the next pandemic. So, Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission is the scheme through which we are strengthening all level primary, secondary, tertiary. Near about 64,000 crores budget we are providing to take care in all over the country, and in Meghalaya, this budget we are providing is near about 150 crores in next 4 years. So right now in Meghalaya, our health and wellness centers, near about 470 health and wellness centers are functional. Health and wellness center is a concept where we are focusing more on screening as well as treatment also. So health and wellness centers, we are doing the primary screening of hypertension to detect the diabetes and to focus on cancer. So we are doing the cancer screening like oral cancer, cervical cancer, this kind of cancer we are detecting, we are screening. Next come to ABDM, that is Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission in Meghalaya. Till date, 5 lakhs ABHA ID is we have completed that ABHA ID. So that will be help to for the patient to take the appointment, to get the lab reports, details on that ID. So digitally it will be helpful for patient as well as the doctor to take the decision for the patient.
Kementeri jong ketenat ke kot ke khia jong ke sarkar jila ka kong amprin ling do kala ong ba ka jing sha kem no jong ki de khot jong ka sanking atiar ke bathamai ke National Liberation Council of Nong Kendong NLCN ka pani ba ka sarkar jila kam aila ne aili satya ya kum kini ki jat sanking atiar ba kin su thira po ka jila kala ong shu ru ba omla ban ken no ba ka jing mi jong kini ki jat sang kan de na ka daw jong ka jing kudu kam kudu jam.
See, I should refrain from actually responding to questions which are beyond the purview of my departments. But having said that, I'm also a leader in the state of Meghalaya. We will deal stringently and strictly with any such activity in the state of Meghalaya. We will disallow it. We will go all out, and I congratulate the police force for having done the correct thing. And this arrest sends a big message to others. We will say no to insurgency. Like we have said in the past, no to insurgency.
Ma'am, do you see this attempt to float a new militant outfit is a reflection of the unemployment or the poor economic background?
I will not connect it just like that. Unemployment is a phenomenon which challenges any nation. You may be a developed nation, you may be an underdeveloped nation, you may be a first world country, a last world country. But the fact of the matter remains that you will always have this new generation of people coming in into the job circle. Just because there are no jobs, there is no business for you to carry the arms. The government, to my knowledge, and hearing our Honorable Chief Minister's comments, we are going to be dealing strictly with this, and we will ensure at any cost that any such activity under any guise, because you can call these agencies all kinds of things. You cannot only assign it to unemployment. It is also other factors that are at play. So I would not assign unemployment as a main factor, but I would say that a nation that rises to its challenges, a state that recognizes its challenges, will have to step up, and our government is doing just that. MDA 2.0 is doing exactly this, creation of job opportunities.
Kasa hinyo treb Youth Council HYC kelakarpat ikatanat pulit jong ke sarkar jela bakan pentri kabno ya ki hinyo teligi border outpost BO hakeleng ki jaka khaput jong ke jela ban ay ka jing da baru ka jing shngan ya ki pat ba ki ba shong basa hai ki te ki than ban ya rap ru ya ki ba kin shimrai light lut ha ka bai de ba ka kampen bet put apeng jela Assam bat Meghalaya.
Kani ke jingkar part ke HYC ke long hadian baka seng bhalang na Karbi Anglong kala berngam bersit baka jingja ke banya seriam kumha Manipur kala banja la rakipaj ba ke shimya karai ban lek ber ke jala Meghalaya.
The first issue is that the two states government of Meghalaya and Assam are going ahead with settling the border disputes in the remaining 6 areas. During this discussions, one of the principles that both the government have adopted is that there should be a willingness of the people residing in those disputed areas to choose into which states they are going to be settled permanently. This is one of the main principles that the state's government have adopted. Recently, we have seen that one organization from Karbi Anglong, they have stated that if the people residing in these areas, particularly, let's say they meant the people from the Khasipnar community, they said that if they choose to go to Meghalaya, there will be a Manipur-like situation in these border areas. So we take this as a threat to our people, or as a threat to the free will of the people to decide whether they want to choose to live in Meghalaya or to live in Assam. So we came today to meet the DGP to give a suggestion that the state government or the police should strengthen the manpower of the police personnel in the border area. As you remember, in the year 2022, in the month of November or December, the state government has announced that there will be 7 new BOPs in these sensitive areas. So in order to strengthen this or to make these 7 new BOPs fully operational, we have demanded or given a suggestion to the DGP that manpower should be optimal in these BOPs. Keeping in mind that these are sensitive areas, so that our people feel safe and they are able to decide freely without any threat, without any coercion from any side, whether they want to live in Meghalaya or they want to go to Assam. The free will of the people should be given. So the DGP, to our suggestion, he has informed us that the 7 new BOPs have the police personnel have already taken position, and yes, he did say that the manpower are less, but as far as possible from the police side, they will be strengthening these BOPs. So that is number one. Second thing is that, as we all know, the state of Meghalaya or the police department has the Directorate of Infiltration, the anti-infiltration. What we have seen is that these checkposts manned by the police personnel from the anti-infiltration unit, they are not performing their duty as mandated. So we have demanded from the DGP that the police personnel should perform the duties as mandated by law or as per the policy of the police department. And he has informed us that at present there are about 19 anti-infiltration check gates all over the state, but he has also conceded to the fact that in most of these checkposts, the manpower are very less because of the position that the police department are now. And he has informed us that there are about 1,000 police personnel that have been recruited. They are undergoing training. In the next few months, after they pass out training, the police department will see to it that all these 19 checkposts of the anti-infiltration gate, the manpower as per the sanction post, they will be posted in this anti-infiltration check gate. And the third thing is that we have seen our state are being plagued by the drug, and substance abuse. We have, although yes, we have seen in the last 1 year, the police department have done a job, job well done by the police department, in which they have seized a lot of drugs coming from outside the state. But still, we have suggested to the police department that efforts should be made. We know that Meghalaya is not producing drugs from itself. All these drugs are coming from outside the state. So police should take it to themselves as a mission to ensure that these drugs from outside the state should not reach inside the state. So we have given this suggestion to the DGP, and he has assured us that the police department will work night and day to ensure, as far as possible, drugs are not entering inside the state. So those are the three issues that we have discussed with the DGP.
Kipat ba na kilay shnong kathan lum shnong kilami pat ba ban prasha ya public hearing jong ka Meghalaya Cement Limited Topsem ka hathang sky ka batmu ban penhe ya ka te ka karkhana pan mi do bilat ha ka te kathan
Hasyaban sedang ke public hearing lawan mi ikipaj ba ki persya ek jipan he ek te karkhana berkelai pen peralut iki ben gisuki PA system berkratmuru bantang ek pandal hadien kane ki bor pulit kimban se pen bethai ki bom le air pen sat khmat tang man pen pra ya upaj ba
Listen. They violate the Rambashna violate the tradition.
Okay, agree.
The district council.
Agree.
They must take it to the Darbar Shnang.
Okay.
So but where is the Darbar Shnang? He gave it alone. This is not his own village, sir, alone.
What was your legal option? You should have approached district council. You should have
We
approached
have
media.
approached. We have approached. No one listened to us. No one listened. So we have to protest. Nobody listened to us, sir.
Keep it non-violent. We have no problem with the protest. It's a democracy.
We are not violent. That's why we are
showing our law here.
Sir, they did not listen
What is your
to
law?
us. Nah. No,
What is your law?
We have approached
What is your law? What is your law?
No one listens.
No one listens. That's why we have to go out.
There is
without the law.
pollution. There is a lot of destruction of this place. We not fit for people to live. We have
Sir,
complaints.
see the
But they
affected
don't
people,
listen.
sir. Our
That's
children
why.
are suffering too, sir. You are not staying here, sir. You don't know, sir.
That's why
we are
we have to
suffering,
come.
Election. You want to do whatever you can do.
Media.
Si mutasi ngawan kalong katung ke order yang PC ke order ke ba apply tarik mentau nai August kalong bangan wan nganlong kum hearing officer akan ni kejaka te ya ladan ka jingpen baik lengkap ka Meghalaya Pollution Control Board ya kan hearing ngelawan ngalah penlong ya ka hearing katung ja rule and procedure yang ka public hearing jadi begini projects but mila yo pan sngau ya kajing sngau na kaliang jong ka company ha ka bedai bakane ka expansion jong ki ka expansion of the cement and clinkerization plant from 2600 TPA to 4500 TPD te ha ka hearing mila yo sngau ya ka presentation jong ka company ka ai presentation but hadin kata mila khot ya ki breu bakin ai kan uno kajing snow ko jongki ka opinion ko jongki ka tum rule and procedure jong ka public hearing but katukan ni kilawan ai la ka jong ka views and opinion ko jongki but nila record ya ka nila minute ya ka nila videograph ya ka da ka tum de kata kalong katung ka tim tha ni singawan ya pelong
Tu kat ni pula penpau bagi no Thai Khubor. Kai ka pelong pat dekat district admission ban Chimres ban pelong ba haru banda buan kijing jular ba kijing mulsa pai ka
ngam long aware ya kata kajing persiaan ngamar ngawan ba katum ba order ka pa jong PC de genuinely ngam long aware sai kata ngasuan ngam tidak kala ka jong ga kamro ka buar bangadang bulong yo slau ka tu ni ki jing pathai jong ki stun grenade sebar ki tear gas ki de kata lu PC sapan ga report now SP lapan ga report ang very ke hearing na sa PC
Dia ada di mana? Satu orang aktif, tu deng. Satu tak cahaya. Asil. Dan polis sudah asil. Dan polis sudah asil. No, please. Dan polis no, oi. Polis terjera.
Ila ni bahagi percaya ni mentah ni company wada mud leuri gitu dem. Ilam ye deu cha. Kadulu het nong lai NOC klam dia tip langi. Ni teret ke dem lai met step u yoi ki di kon yong il kan nu de cha gi te jing e gi te gi ring mesin na dong sedang ikut jul lewat de yo. Ni bah kaman kata company kami go i kata kajing tu weda go wapaka. Ndu atula art house nem wa man ndu art house nem de man de em ni company ni mut. Kata bahari mi go i kata kajing yeda go wapura. Wadah do kata la tele jauh la e biang so kata thame wi ka manung man ya ka mesti man gwi hapar khadi makat doi men tayong i hapar khadi khon yong i ka lwai yang khon yong i kam no im gi hawai kan ni chaktai hakim mesti gwi kan do chaktai ga chai habun gi he yong i di ni ki wa te gi wa da chat thet ang ba gi wa da chat thet ang gi hawa da yo phi da phi atrem da yo phi da yu krum di pne to hawa 100% da yo chwai ga atrem next plus kata udang thame yo san phala 6% ni kaman wi mi perkat jengai yete da i wan ni to percaya ga public hearing de menta wa ida changing ai ndai ki wan no chat thet kim perkat gi i wa wak san chiliang ang ma kan te perkat gi jing menta yang ki senen
ke jing koi ke jing kia ke umban ke umdi ha ka do ka ler guring mensen ni man kilip mat tam kani ke simen ke wadang man kani ke simen plan hai ni ma kani ke simen plan hai ni yong ke top sen isi kami yo bi mem ke yi ke spo na yo bi ko jingar tangwa menimit nyaw je sinen jadi yo bi ke tendam ko wahyar cha do senang wajar lada hai telang lam ada hai telang yo bi lada wan bi hai telang yo bi ke yung ke tin yung ke wayang dele ga Dam ni te yung isam yung imet de nyam de pengkoj kat di step suroi kakat ni ki sulpo ki umi yung klingkar simen terus nyau pikat kitu ki sulpo ki uwan hai tu mem kta ga ga jing im yung kta ga ga koj ki kia ga yung to ni te daw i percaya
yuklan chwa ya kini yung iswa ya tu daw man skman im tv mo ikwa chwa yuklam ya ni wan ne ku present tawa kam ka jing singaw yuklam ki man bay kam ga chinong yang cherpi num maximum man bay ku dap 60 above be him the best yang government nani him dia best yang government ele salary kama government ba kami laborers mem dawi 10% mem yo laborers dai wa emi wada kasan snem tang de cara tolop udah graduate hak akan dia cari udah lebar lah hak akan dia cari teman bromos lah akan dia cari kita ni bon gidau ni percaya dan pollution le yo baik bigat baik keterem yo baik katai
life example ma
life example so this we fight for the right we fight for the people
Kakong Amprin Lingdo Menteri Jong ka Sarkar Jala Habayakren Halor ka Jinghuri Hura ka Blami Halum Shnong Hakabayde bat ka public hearing ne ka Jing Bishar Pat ba balapalong na ka Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board na ka bentaban pinyar ka Jing Trikam Jong ka Meghalaya Cement Limited Top Sem Haka Shnong Hang Sky Lum Shnong East Jante Hills District kalaya thu ba ki babun na ki bamansaw ki day na kaliang Jong ki pulit ka bakhanday ngot na ki kilamansaw bat kilayo ban bat noru ya wiubrio.
There was a clash in East Jante Hills in the premises of Top Sem, the Meghalaya Cement Limited, and a hearing was conducted in that location for an extension of the plant of Top Sem. So due procedures were followed and the DC was initiating this, initiating this hearing, and the Pollution Control Board had gone to the location to conduct this hearing. So all due procedure apparently was in position, and hence the hearing was scheduled. But unfortunately, there was a conflict where protesters came to the location for disrupting the entire hearing procedures. And for the initial part of the hearing, when it was conducted, everything was under control. But when it went out of hand, they shifted this hearing location also to another location because there were women and children also around. But when the crowd, a certain section of the crowd became violent, they resorted to vandalizing. They were attempting to douse fire on the tent that was set up, and then there was attack, there was unruly behaviors, stone pelting and other things. So to put that under control, a tear gas firing was ordered. But however, injuries were mostly on the part of the police personnel. About 9 police personnel were injured moderately by stone pelting and aggressive behavior of a few rowdy people who came in the name of protesting, and 1 person has been detained, but situation is under control, and they were able to conclude the hearing subsequently.
Kasang Federation of Khasi Jaintian Garo People's FKJGP sang kemi kalapan long ya ka jinglet tong sendet na ki kor sorkari hakaleng kanong ba Shillong ki bala sam da katanat PHE bat Shillong Municipal Board ban pet bat bisha benya la ki 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 long ne em ki babit na kabanta ki pa ba bakindi.
Kani kajing sedang bantong ya ko kelas sedang naduk ke por prabajemen step lengba kishna trekam jaka seng na keleng ki jaka bar hadir beladep ya kinong muna jang ko la ra jaka Food and Safety Department pasca laumali na ka benta ban pha pet benya la ko kalong ni em ka babit bandi ki brio President rangba ka seng ba dandi khongset habai kran bikinong thok bor ulai thu ba ka peloy ka seng ban le kumni kalong ba kala yoy ki jing ujor ki paj ba ha ka babon ki pen paw ba ki dan ki jing so seir ba jing atatin ya ka bam di.
The main concept or motive of the organization is that all these past few months there are lots of complaints that as an organization we have been received from different locality, that there is a confusion that with regards to the safety of the drinking water supply by the concerned departments as PHE and Shillong Municipal Board, or there are some local source also. So there is a doubt and confusion. So as a responsible organization, we have taken this initial step by selecting almost 51 localities water tank, which used to daily supply to each and every household in around Shillong. So as for today, we have our members have been able to collect the sample. So that's why we have brought it here in this Food and Safety Laboratory Department of Government of Meghalaya to request them to kindly conduct the testing with regards whether these water are safe or not for drinking purposes for our people all around Shillong.
And now after, because we see that the results has not out yet, they're saying 14 or 15 days. After that, what happens if the water is not safe to consume, or if it's safe to consume, what happens after that?
You see, actually we will not be able to cover blanketly if after 15 days we have received the result of the reports. Since I would like to inform you that there are around 1,000 of public water tank that has been supplied to all the household around Shillong, but we are being from the organization we have been able only 51 numbers of water supply tank. So we cannot blanketly cover that all these locality supply tank is not they are not supplying the good water supply to each and every household. But this is only a beginning from the organization. Let us see what is the outcome from these 51 numbers of tank. If the result is positive, we will be publicly announce that this water supplied by these 51 tanks which the organization has collected the sample is good or not for drinking purposes. But if the outcome is negative also, we will come to the public domain through the social media, and our motive is to ask the government to, if whatever outcome, suppose if it is negative, to ask the government to kindly rectify, so that our people will be able to have a good drinking water in every household. So that is the main motive. So the step which we have taken is not that we are going to blame anyone, either to the PHE or Shillong Municipal Board or to the local source which all are saying. So, but what is our concern is that if any outcome coming out from this report or from this testing report, we would like to urge to all the concerned authority, even from the Shillong Municipal Board or the PHE, that to work together so that our people will get, a good drinking water.
Ka Menteri Jong Katana ka Koi ka Khia ka Sarkar Jilla ka Amprin Ling do ka Laong ba ka Jingpang khamat ne ka conjunctivitis kari ka Jingpang ka Bajuja manla ka snem hakini ki porslap Henry mdei par ban Kenya ka ba ka Long ka bama
Kalong ba kini ka Jingpang ka Kenrei ba kini ki por Henry omde ban kulma jimut Henry de ban sumar bhai la de ka jinglek koi bat ki wei pat ki la jiada.
The pink eye disease is a very common disease that comes to the state or any other state, in fact the entire country during this monsoon season. And advisories have already been given to the public at large. We've already given the advisories. The first thing is it's contagious. It's a contagious disease, which means very quickly if one person in one family gets it, it tends to spread very quickly. So few protective measures have to be taken. Firstly, wear shades, glasses, wear something to protect your eyes. Number 2, wash your hands frequently. The same COVID practices have to be adhered to. So this is something which is not such a big concern for the state. But yes, I am told that recently in examination centers in schools having their internal examinations, separate rooms have also been provided for these children with the conjunctivitis or the pink eye, like you call it today. So I do not perceive it to be a very big threat, and all health facility centers have been issued necessary instructions. Medication has been made available. Health department is on the job. All of these facilities should be available even in a dispensary. So I hope that that will happen to help citizens get over this phase, and I'm sure we will get past it.
Ka Menteri Katana ka Koi ka Khia ka Sarkar Jilla ka Amprin Ling do ka Laong ba ka East Khasi Hills District ka dan Khambon ki PHC wat habaya nujor bat ya ka ei ka bala minjor da ka Sarkar padeng ya ka ni ka lai thu ha bajubab ya ka jingkli ha ka bayai dei bat ka jingduna PHC ha po ka district.
In fact, in East Khasi Hills, we have more PHCs than recommended by Indian standards. And in fact, we are short by health centers. Health centers are like dispensaries. They are like smaller versions of a PHC. And, of course, the biggest version is the CHC. And then now we are also instituting what we call them, the subdivisional hospitals. These are all the tertiary care centers of the state. How do you connect? A pregnant woman all the way from Ranikor ideally should not come all the way to Shillong for a medical treatment that is vital for safe birth of the mother. So now we are looking at Moklang being one of the FRUs for pregnant mothers, and we will have these kind of facilities. We will have a web of facilities, so that we reduce the intake and the wastage of funds by citizens. If we can get there and convince a citizen of a certain region to remain within that region to get all the help they want, then I think we would have walked that extra mile that is so needed in the health system in the state of Meghalaya. This is something which I have learned in my journey throughout all the districts. And this is something which I know needs to get done. Whether it will get done in a big way, whether or not we will be able to fill in all these gaps is something to be seen. But we need to have a plan. You cannot go blindly across 5 years without reviewing what you need to do. So, health centers now are going to be managed by communities. That is a unique feature, unique character of the state of Meghalaya. We have seen during crisis times like the COVID that it is the health, it is the community leaders that actually contained health hazards for the people of the state of Meghalaya. So we will utilize these systems which are inherently there in the state, and we will allow community leaders to also help in ensuring that quality health is given to citizens of the state of Meghalaya. For example, why is the MMR and IMR rate so high in the state of Meghalaya? First thing is that hesitancy for institutional deliveries. But I'm very sure that if our community leaders can help us with these local DIEs, as we call them, these local birth providers, I think we will be able to do much better. I wish we would have centers in every 10 to 25 villages where at least if a mother is hesitant to come for whatever cultural belief, social belief, mental peace of mind, at least mother should have a safe place for the child. And if we can have babies protected, many of our newborns are succumbing to issues which are related to birth. The child is born, child is not resuscitated on time, child develops a big pneumonia, from what I understand as a layman. Now this is something which should not have happened. We have delayed deliveries because of complicated pregnancies, high risk pregnancies. Now these mothers don't even know the risk they put themselves at, the risk they put their children at. So with the ashas and the different workers of the health department, if we can have a convergence. Right now everybody is doing things differently, so we need to converge, and MLAs are the key in all of this convergence plan.
How many such hospitals are you planning to make?
Not hospitals, they're already available. They're already available. In fact, we have facilities which were supposed to be developed into child and mother centers, MCH hospitals. Two such buildings are just lying like that because the civil hospitals which earlier housed the MCH facilities for citizens now have to be bifurcated and taken to a different location. Now it's becoming difficult for hospitals to manage. So I feel that if we can help plan within the infrastructure that we already have, build these infrastructures, performing institutes, a PHC with one medical doctor delivering successfully with almost nil mortality rate for mother or child should be recognized. We should give more incentives to these centers. We should improve their labor room facilities and other facilities. You should go to Lauba. You know, it is supported by the Lafarge company and the CSR. State of the art machines are available. Diagnostic centers are available. So these are things that we have to emulate. We have it happening right under our doors, right at our doorsteps. And I feel that if the MLAs can help us build this foundation, check and balance, politics should be the furthest thing in our mind when it comes to healthcare. And I feel that if we can achieve that, we would have done a big favor to the system in the state of Meghalaya.
Kaseng samla mau khar komisi benta kajing rakhi kajing dap 8% snem kajing trikam kajong ka kabranya chaprang kalapanong ya ka drug awareness program but a solution for addicts through herbal remedies hapo ka community hall jongka dor barshno mau khar Hagani ka program lawan banya shimenta kum ka kong sanda ka director ka tana social welfare ka kong CD lingwa badubati basay my psychologist DMHP East Khasi Hills Mimhans badu Ayurveda practitioner naturopathy u Tenzing Sering nari USA New York nang ta laidon lang ru president ka NRE pageant India Private Limited uba ransom sutanga pat ka director ka kong Eldora Lingdo yagani ka program lapan lang hapo ka jinge trailang bat ka NRE pageant India Limited halor ka phang ki lat IG sumar yaki bakarni di drugs lingba ki dawai ken bat
Malakini kita kishin ini kiba simpa upre ulayo lani uladoni ini kita kishin ini ko be lingba ini kishin belong joko hakabede kata kishin o hakabede kata physical symptoms nam tade kaba kade kata behavioral symptoms lingba kata kishin long joki hakaba manga maki ne manu nginyala kadito mo inamla kaba objective kaba lai hakabede awareness program today to guide such individual for proper treatment and intervention. Agani katong kabatayo nagaliam songaro man shikani kung psychologist ke takakala ke treatment ke jingera pabangi ro ila banai shakini ibe lastam and pendant kam ikini kijai berpenguai lingba ka psychological treatment or isoto kapani ka medical treatment nagaliam jong doctors nagaliam jong psychiatrists and specialists of care kalau kepada ha agbiade bakacing aji sumar ini greu inre nide uban sofu nangni shakmar baka psychological treatment ru kadai way and effective measures banyarap ha yang ini greu kita sedang banmo dan ini greu kita sedang kirni hakini dijai cindi berpenguan.
But these are the properties which are going us. Reduce pain, improve digestion, good reserve of vitamin minerals and water. So reduce pains and improve digestion means those who are drug addicted, when they are addicted to drug, they have pain in their body, the digestion system, they don't want to eat. So advise improve their pain and reduce, they will improve their digestion systems and reduce their pain. It has good brain, reserve of mineral, magnesium, potassium, and calcium. And monocardial, which is inside the mechanism of advice. It helps for your brain. The oil which is in advent, it helps your brain to regain the memories. And it numbs the brain which you are addicted to. Because the drugs affects your brain state, not like alcohol. So these are the whole ingredients it helps. Also even which helps to stimulate your blood flow. That means it detoxifies your body.
Menteri Ramba Kajalaw Kondat ke sama habakren ha ka program 24/7 AI CSR kabalalong ha Shillong Technology Park ulaong ba ukwa banyo i baki BPO kilong omkum ki riu shimet ki bawan khayi ne ki bawan nagabenta ka jimentoy jongki shimet da ka shim kabu ya ke kabaladon lupa po jala hendai banyo i ki kum ki paralok ki bawan nagabenta ban ya rap ban kentiu ya ka jingkiu jong ka jala ki kam bat ki jinglong ki jat kam kaba kila shim kade shisha kaba biang pha par ula ai khuble ki ba kila yai ne ha kane ka jingkut jingmot ban longkum ki parlok ula ong ru ba kalong kaba shisha shaphang jongki ba kila ai kala ya ka imlang ka salang pacha ka jila bat kilong kinong shong shnong ki ba penlong ya kane ka kunhun ke ei ka balong menta
for IT to really grow up we need to develop the overall ecosystem. It's not just about creating the infrastructure required, but you need to ensure that everything from the manpower to the other logistical support to the overall obviously infrastructure to the connectivity, all of this matters when you want any industry to develop, but more so in IT. And hence I would like to share with all of you that very soon we'll be inaugurating our integrated command center for Shillong, which is a part of the Smart City project. This integrated command center is a center where we'll be actually monitoring the entire security arrangements, traffic arrangements, all of these aspects through CCTVs, almost close to 300 CCTVs throughout the state, throughout the city. And then further, the other towns will be connected to it, and this will be a complete integrated command center with a full IT setup that will enable us to really monitor the security arrangements and the other different aspects, emergencies or whatever situation that comes up. this integrated command center will be right next to this IT park. It's going on right now, and we hope that that will be complete soon. Apart from that, you will also be happy to know that we have already initiated the work for a massive data center in Shillong. So that is something that is going to, the work for that will start in a couple of months. We hope that we'll be able to come out with the necessary tenders and everything, and I hope that within this financial year we are able to start the work for a data center, because as we know, data center is very essential now in the IT sector, and without a data center it's almost like missing one very important part of our IT center. Another very important aspect of the IT sector which we are developing is the overall connectivity, and hence you'll be happy to know that along with MECL and most probably one of the national agencies, either Power Grid or another agency, very soon, within a matter of month or so, we are going to be working towards having a complete optical fiber network, like a SWAN network throughout the state, and which means that we will be going down to the block level and hopefully even down to the village level. This kind of an optical fiber network that, of course, everything will not happen in one go. It will take time, but at least the district headquarters and then down to the block level, subdivision level, and as I said, hopefully down to the block, to the village level, where then we will be able to then provide Wi-Fi connectivity in even the village level, and especially to the schools and other organizations.
Shopping in Pinkut in Pinsobiang Shapia ki Pangi Bokongsan Sashisian. Latung ka Sorkar July ki Dukat ke Expert Committee Halor ka Reservation Policy. Lejungo ka Menteri Sorkar Padeng ia ka Negrims ban Kmibnya ia ki Lad Ai Jing Sumar. Dawa ka HYC na DGP ban Pintri Kam ki Hinyotali ki Border Outpost. Mi ka Jingkulmar ha public hearing ka Meghalaya Cement Limited ha Thang Sky. Tong ka FKJGP ban tip la ka long na em bandi. Ki BPO kim day ban long tang kum ki kam khayi hinray ban long paralog ban kitiyo ya ka jila. Bat kibai de ki Khubor. Dakitu in pun kunoi gini Khubor ka bamintangin siya siyam yang bat pi baro ha katay ko ipat katiyo ko banwan kubli pi baro bat yaso.